Don't think so?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
Sorry, Judge Williams, I apologize.
Yes.
Courtney, I just want to say something before we start. I can't hear a word Miss Kim is saying. She's going to have to be right in front of that microphone, not right this minute, but when you speak during court, it's a very bad microphone. I couldn't hear it.
I think it's the connection too. We've had some challenges here, but yes, speak as loud as you can, Miss
Well,
Kim.
Uh, Actually, we still have an internet connection issues here.
Yeah, I think it's the connection more than her volume and tone. So speak, almost yell at us, Miss Kim, if you can. And I know that we may lose you. We lost you a couple times during the last all-purpose calendars. It's been a challenge, Miss Howard. Please bear with us. All right.
Your Honor, Miss Chauncey has to be out. We sent the message to the jail letting them know that we need Mr. Laguna as soon as possible, but there is gonna be some challenges on his calendar today. Because as Miss Kim has stated, a lot of people were not able to be interviewed yesterday. So we're gonna be moving kind of slowly today. I do apologize in advance.
Well, if anyone has somewhere to be, we'll try to work around that as best we can. Thank you, Miss Young, for letting me know.
You're welcome. Do you have the recommendation calendar, Your Honor, or do you need anything from me right now?
I have the recommendation. I don't have the announcements because Judge Law was supposed to be here. So
All right. I will
if you
forward
send
it.
me the announcements, I'd appreciate that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Would you like for me to be, stop the recording until we actually
It
start?
does it doesn't matter. If you want to, you can if you want
Yes, ma'am.
to. Unless someone needs to document how long we sat. I don't think that matters.
All right, decision 3031, Laguna.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Laguna. My name is Judge Melanie Williams.
Buenos días, señor Laguna. Mi nombre es Melanie Williams.
At this calendar today, we will address your case and you're going to take a plea as announced by your attorney.
En esta lista de causas hoy vamos a dirigirnos a su caso al que usted tomará una declaración que anuncie su abogado.
You have two cases today, 24 CR 005214F, in which you're charged with battery family violence.
Usted tiene dos casos para tratar hoy, el número 24 CR 005214F por golpes y lesiones.
You also have case 25 CR 002113F, in which you're charged with battery family violence as well, with the offense date of October the 7th of 2024.
También tiene un caso número 25 CR 002113F por golpes y lesiones, violencia familiar también, ocurrido el día 7 de octubre del 2024.
I want to advise you of your rights first. You have an absolute right to remain silent.
Quiero decirle sus derechos constitucionales primero. Usted tiene el derecho de guardar silencio.
You have a right to an attorney, and Mr. Fernandez is here on Zoom to assist you with this hearing today.
Usted tiene el derecho a ser representado por un abogado y el señor Fernández está aquí en la plataforma de Zoom para asistirlo en esta audiencia hoy.
As you can see, I am conducting this hearing by video. I'm not there with you in person.
Como ve, yo estoy conduciendo una teleaudiencia, no estoy ahí con usted en persona.
Is it still being recorded, Ms. Young?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. This proceeding is being recorded and it's being broadcast over the internet. Do you understand your rights and how I'm conducting the hearing?
Este proceso está siendo grabado en la internet. ¿Entiende usted cuáles son sus derechos constitucionales y cómo estoy conduciendo esta audiencia?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Ms. Harrison, can you please put a very brief factual basis onto the record such that I can appropriately stand for the victim for both and as well as the offer?
Muy bien, señora Harrison, por favor, ¿puede usted hacer un breve relato de los hechos y para ver si puedo yo después también llamar a la víctima y hacer una oferta?
Sure, Your Honor. For case number, well, position 30, battery family violence, first offense, the state's offer is count one, 12 months served, 60 days, credit for time served, 23 days, balance probated, a family violence intervention program, $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, and no further contact with the victim is Hidalgo Villarreal, and a stay away from the incident location.
Sí, su señoría, en el caso, el primer caso, tenemos la posición 30 por golpes y lesiones, violencia familiar es el primer arresto. La fiscalía ofrece en el cargo 1 12 meses para servir 60 días, darle crédito por el tiempo servido de 23 días. Lo que reste de la condena probatoria de violencia, se requiere que asista a un programa de intervención de violencia familiar, una fianza de $300, 40 horas de trabajo a favor de la comunidad y no tener contacto alguno con la víctima Hidalgo Villarreal. Y también se ordena distancia perimetral de la residencia o lugar donde ocurrió el accidente.
And this incident occurred on July 27th of 2004. Officers responded to a call for a domestic dispute.
El incidente ocurrió el 27 de julio del 2004. I'm sorry, 2004 o 2024.
2024.
Thank you. El 27 de julio del 2024 ocurrió el incidente. Los oficiales respondieron a una llamada debido a una disputa doméstica.
Officers responded to the call and met with the victim who was punched in the face. She stated by the defendant she had visible redness, swelling on her face, and presented herself as fearful.
Los oficiales respondieron a la llamada y se reunieron con la víctima que había recibido un puñetazo en la cara. Ella declaró que el acusado eh, declaró que habían sido hechas por el acusado y tenía visible enrojecimiento, inflamación en la cara y se veía temeroso.
Officers found the defendant in the bathroom on the floor lying face down, and discovered that he and the victim previously resided together at this location and were romantically involved.
Los oficiales encontraron al acusado boca abajo en el baño y descubrieron que él y la víctima habían vivido previamente juntos en ese lugar y estaban involucrados románticamente.
For position 31, which is case number 25CR002113. The state's recommendation is serve 12 months, 60 days. 12 months, 60 days to serve, credit for time served, 23 days, with a balance probated, a family violence intervention plan program, no further contact with the victim, and a stay away from the incident location as well.
Para la posición 31, con el caso número 25CR002113F, sería 12 meses, 60 días para servir con crédito por tiempo servido de 23 días. El resto de la condena sería prorrogada con o debe tomar un programa de intervención de violencia familiar, no tener contacto alguno con la víctima más y permanecer distanciado del lugar donde ocurrió el incidente de igual manera.
On October 7th, 2024, officers responded to a domestic dispute and made contact with the victim who informed them that the defendant came over to speak to her, was angry at the time when he arrived at the incident location, and a verbal dispute ensued, which she was struck in her head with a cell phone by the defendant.
El 7 de octubre del 2024, los oficiales de policía respondieron a una llamada de disputa doméstica. Se contactaron con la víctima, quien les informó que el acusado había llegado hablándole enojado en ese momento cuando llegó al lugar del incidente. Hubo una disputa verbal que terminó con un golpe dado a la víctima en la cabeza con un teléfono celular que era del acusado.
The state's offer is a global offer with the recommendation for position 31 to be served consecutively to position 30, and we'd like to sound for the victim at this time. That'll be all, Your Honor.
La Fiscalía ofrece un convenio declaratorio general con una recomendación para la posición 31 de servir de manera consecutiva a la posición 30. Y nos gustaría poder llamar a la víctima en este momento y eso es todo, su señoría.
And of course, we'd like to stipulate to ID factual basis and venue. Thank you.
Y
All right,
quisiéramos
let's
también acordar los hechos la jurisdicción.
Ms. Chancey, will you go ahead and sound for Ms. Hidalgo Villarreal for me?
Yes, Your Honor. Señor Hidalgo Villarruel, ¿está presente en la plataforma de Zoom con nosotros? Por favor, prenda su micrófono y cámara, por favor, para hablar con la jueza si lo desea. Hidalgo Villarruel.
Someone unmuted. Would it sound one more time, Ms. Chancey?
Señor Hidalgo Villarruel. Hidalgo Villarruel, por favor, puede prender su micrófono y cámara. ¿Es usted, señor Hidalgo Villarruel?
It should
All
be a
right.
female.
Should be a young lady. I don't see her. All right. Mr. Fernandez, do you stipulate to the three elements? And was that your understanding of the offer as negotiated?
Señor Fernández, ¿usted acuerda con los tres elementos y es lo que entendió usted el convenio declaratorio como se negoció?
Your Honor, we do stipulate to a factual basis for a plea on both cases. However, I would like to clear up some issues.
Su señoría, nosotros sí estipulamos el fundamento de hecho para la declaración en ambos casos. Sin embargo, me gustaría aclarar algunas cuestiones.
So the jail sentence would be 60 days moving forward with credit with 23 days already served. Is that correct?
Es correcto que la sentencia de encarcelamiento va a ser 60 días, continuando con un crédito de 23 días ya servidos, ¿correcto?
Yes, that's correct.
Sí, correcto.
How many additional days is that he would have to serve?
¿Cuántos más días adicionales para servir?
I think the state's asking for 60 starting today. Is that right?
Creo que se
Yes.
pide 60 a partir de hoy. Sí.
With the 2 for 1, I'm always bad at this math.
That's
So
what I'm trying to
That's
write.
why I always ask because I'm afraid to calculate it. Let me try.
Con el 2 por 1, por eso quería pedir para poder calcularlo, déjeme intentarlo.
So he has 23 days time served. So that gives us 37 days. And I think we have to divide that by 2.
Or is it, this is the part I never understood. Is it 23 times the 2 first and then subtract the 60 such that he has to serve 7? That's the part. Miss Young, can you help us? What's the math? Do you know?
So it's 2 for 1, so yes.
So it'll be 7 more days.
So it's 46.
Right, I got that part, but then he would have to serve 7 more days.
Yeah,
To get
you
this-
right there from 60, yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what I thought. So he would have to serve an additional week, Mr. Fernandez.
A week from
Señor
today, Judge?
Antes va a tener que servir una semana más. ¿A partir de hoy, su señoría?
I believe so again, but the jail doesn't necessarily have to give him that 2-for-1. It's my
Right.
understanding as well, but even though it typically happens.
Creo que sí, pero en la cárcel no están obligados a darle el 2-por-1, pero creo que yo entiendo que regularmente así sucede.
No.
And Judge also wanted to point out that in the first case, which I think was in July of 24, he actually served 6 days in jail before he was able to get released. Would he get credit for those 6 days as well?
I have, let
Quisiera
me let you
señalar,
translate.
quisiera señalar también que en el primer caso él sirvió 6 días antes de poder ser puesto en libertad. ¿Le daría crédito también a esos 6 días?
Was he booked in on that charge? The problem is if he wasn't necessarily booked in on that charge, you don't get the credit for that, is my understanding.
Estaba él, o sea, lo encarcelaron por ese cargo. El problema es que si no fue necesariamente registrado en ese cargo, no se obtiene el crédito para eso. Eso es lo que yo entiendo.
Yes, that was the charge he was booked in on, battery, family violence.
Sí, fue registrado con el cargo de golpes y lesiones, violencia familiar.
From my understanding, that's not what's showing, but we can take a look. Ms. Harrison, what is the state's information about the number of days he was booked in on each charge?
I am
Eso es lo
on,
que yo veo, pero no estoy segura. Señora Harrison, ¿cuál es la información de la Fiscalía acerca del número de días en que él estuvo registrado por cada cargo?
I'm showing, give me just 1 second, Judge. I'm almost
Okay,
there.
Mr. Jordan says 3 days for that case.
Yeah, that's what I have, 3 days. 2, 7.
Veo
Yes,
que hay 3 días por ese cargo.
actually. Yeah, I have 3 days as well. The incident occurred on the 27th, and I have a order for release on the 29th.
Sí, yo veo que son 3 días. Tengo la fecha del día 27 puesto en libertad el 29.
For a $3,000 signature bond issued by Judge Morrow.
Y por una fianza bajo firma de $3,000 emitida por el juez Morrow.
Okay, so all the information we have, Mr. Fernandez, is he would still have that week.
Entonces,
Okay,
toda la
Judge.
información que tenemos es que él tiene todavía que servir una semana.
Couple of more issues. The negotiated plea was that one case would run concurrent with the other case, but I thought I heard the state say consecutive. So I
It
just want to make
sounds like
sure
this
that
is
we
not,
agree.
that sounds like this is not negotiated. Did you all want to speak very quickly?
No, that was the only issue I had left, Judge. I'm sorry.
Tengo un par de cuestiones más que mencionar. La declaración, el convenio declaratorio de la Fiscalía se comentó ser o que iba a ser cumplido de manera concurrente con el otro caso, pero creo que escuché mencionar a la Fiscalía decir que debe cumplirse de manera consecutiva.
The state is not opposed to running the sentences concurrently. I think it was a mistake on the calendar.
Creo que fue un error de la lista de causas, pero la Fiscalía no tiene ninguna objeción en que se cumpla la condena, los dos cargos de manera concurrente.
Thank you. And Judge, just the last final issue I want the court to address is that Mr. Laguna does have an ICE hold, which we all know what's going to happen. He's going to get picked up by immigration. And there's, of course, a chance that he'll never be released. So I would like something in the sentence to address that, maybe something that says that if he never gets released and he does get deported, then these other conditions of the community service and the FVIP will be suspended. I just want something that's going to protect him if he gets deported involuntarily. I'm sorry.
Gracias. Yo la última cuestión que quisiera mencionar es que el señor Laguna tiene una detención del Departamento de Inmigración, lo que todos sabemos que lo que va a pasar. Él va a ser recogido por inmigración y hay un curso de tiempo, una oportunidad, hay una posibilidad de que él nunca sea puesto en libertad. Entonces, me gustaría dirigirme sobre algo que dice que él nunca va a ser puesto en libertad y va a ser deportado. En estas condiciones, el servicio comunitario del programa de violencia familiar será suspendido y yo quiero algo que vaya a protegerlo si a él se lo deporta involuntariamente.
Okay, I have no concerns about that and I'm agreeable to that, but I'll let the state know any objections.
No tengo realmente inquietud sobre eso y estoy de acuerdo con lo que dijo y dejaré que la fiscalía sepa alguna objeción.
State has no objection, Your Honor.
La fiscalía no tiene objeción.
And also I'm gonna amend his sentence. It probably won't help, such that it's 11 months and 59 days instead of the 12 months
También voy a enmendar su sentencia,
and 29
probablemente no
days.
ayudará, pero será de 11 meses y 59 días en lugar de 12 meses.
11
Thank you,
months,
Your Honor.
29,
Perdón,
29 days.
29 días, no 59.
All right. Let me place you under oath. Sir, please raise your right hand.
Señor, por favor, levante su mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury?
¿Jura o afirma que el testimonio que dará hoy será la verdad a lo mejor de su saber y entender y bajo pena de perjurio? Yes.
All right. You can put your hand down. Thank you.
Puede bajar su mano, señor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
¿Está usted bajo la influencia de alguna droga o alcohol en este momento?
No,
No.
con una sustancia, ni alcohol ni droga.
No, no alcohol, no drugs.
Okay. Are you satisfied with Mr. Fernandez's representation?
¿Está usted de acuerdo con los servicios del del licenciado Fernández?
Sí.
Yes.
Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
¿Hay alguien que lo haya forzado a dar esta declaración hoy?
No, no.
Oh, no.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking a plea?
¿Hay alguien que le haya prometido darle algo a usted si tomaba esta declaración?
No, nada, tampoco.
Oh, no, neither.
Do you understand that you're giving up your right to trial by jury?
¿Usted entiende que no va a usar su derecho de ir a juicio al tomar declaración?
Sí.
Yes.
And you understand that you're giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt.
Y usted entiende que también no va a usar su derecho de hacer que la fiscalía pruebe estos cargos en su contra, más allá de toda duda razonable. Yes.
And do you fully understand the requirements of the sentence as explained by your attorney?
¿Usted entiende completamente los requisitos de esta sentencia de acuerdo a la explicación que le dio su abogado?
Yes.
Yes.
And you understand that you are to take a family violence intervention class, pay a fine of $300, do community service, and have no contact with the alleged victim? Do you understand that?
Usted entiende que usted debe tomar un programa de violencia doméstica y una intervención de violencia familiar, es una clase y pagar una multa de $300, también dar trabajo a favor de la comunidad y no tener más contacto con la alegada víctima. ¿Usted entiende eso?
Sí, claro.
Yes, of course.
All right. And do you further understand that this taking a guilty plea may affect your immigration status?
¿Usted entiende que al tomar esta declaración, la misma podría afectar o puede afectar a su estado inmigratorio.
Sí.
Yes.
All right. All right, sir, as to the case ending in 5214F, in which you're charged with battery family violence, how do you plead?
Entonces, señor, ¿cómo se declara en el caso que termina en 5214 por golpes y lesiones?
Culpable.
Guilty.
All right, and as to the case ending in 2113F, in which you're also charged with battery family violence, how do you plead?
Y también por el cargo terminado en 2113F, ¿cómo usted se declara ante el cargo de también golpes y lesiones, violencia familiar?
Culpable.
Guilty.
I accept your guilty pleas. Thank you.
Acepto su declaración de culpabilidad. Gracias.
Is there anything from Ms. Harrison or Mr. Fernandez?
¿Hay algo más del señor Harrison o el señor Fernández?
Your Honor, I do have the plea paperwork. I didn't know where to send it to.
You're gonna, Ms. Young will chat you.
Okay. Thank you,
Send
Judge.
to her.
I'll chat in my email address, Your Honor. So I just want to clarify. So on the case ending in 214, that's 26 days credit time served for those 3 extra days. And he has a $300 fine on that case, correct?
I think he has it on both, but
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was both. Okay, but for
both.
before he gets 26 days for credit for time served.
yes.
Señor, estuvieron hablando, otra vez repitiendo su sentencia.
And Your Honor, did you want to put something in about if ICE picks him up in the special conditions?
Yes.
Okay, what would you like for me to write on the form?
I'll send it to you.
Yes, Your
I'll
Honor.
type it to you.
Thank you.
Because rather than well, I guess basically essentially let's put on the record, you're correct. If his conditions will be suspended should he be never released and subsequently deported.
Van a poner una condición especial. La jueza Williams dijo que sus condiciones serán suspendidas si él nunca es puesto en libertad y es deportado.
And let's make sure it says 11 months, 29 days.
Y asegurémonos que la sentencia es de 11 meses y 29 días.
Yes, Your Honor, I have that. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. Best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case. Mr. Fernandez, if that concludes your business, you are free to go.
Thank you, Judge Williams.
Gracias,
Thank you.
señor Fernández. Esto cierra su caso y señor Fernández puede retirarse si no tiene más otro caso. May the interpreter be released to Your Honor?
Yes, I was going to have you sound one time. Ms.
Yes, ma'am.
Chancey, before you go, please sound for anyone who may need your assistance.
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Hay alguien que necesite un intérprete en español para hablar con la señora jueza Williams? Por favor, prenda su micrófono, cámara y avísenos.
Thank you, Ms. Chancey.
Thank you.
To see you as I is another room too.
Attorney White, are you ready for anybody?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. We can start with positions 1 and 2 then. Mr. Battle?
And Mr. White, what is the announcement, Mr. Battle?
Going to be a negotiated plea, Judge. All of
Thank
those that so far, the only one I haven't spoken with at this point is Mr. Ellis, position 10. All of the others that needed to be spoken with are going to be pleas.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Battle, your case is 24 CR 005555F. I mean H. My apologies. You're charged with battery family violence in this case, and you also have an FTA. Do you understand your rights today? Can we unmute him?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and place you under oath since we're taking a plea. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury?
Ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Thank you. All right, Mr. Stevens, good morning. If you would please give me a brief factual basis as well as place the offer onto the record.
Yes, Your Honor. This is the state of Georgia versus Emmanuel Battle, case number 24CR005555H. Mr. Battle is charged with 1 count of battery family violence. While at the hospital, the defendant grabbed his child's face, causing visible marks. And then the mother as well hit her child with a USB cord and sprayed water in the child's face. The charges against the mother are potentially outstanding, but for the defendant, we are asking him to serve 12 months to serve 30 days, commuted to time served 11 days, balance probated, to complete an anger management course, complete a parenting course, and to have no further violent contact with his child. Spelling is Myaomi, Myomi, Peacock, common spelling Peacock. Does the defense stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea?
We do stipulate, Your Honor, just a few requests. First of all, we're going to need some specificity on the amount of anger management and parenting course. Then we just ask that the probation terminator go non-reporting upon completion. The state's notes show that this is his no prior arrests, no open cases.
Okay. Wait, let's sound for the victim. I'm sorry, the name was Naomi what? I couldn't catch it that quickly.
Myomi Peacock, and it's his child.
Right, so Mr. Stevens, if you would clarify that for us, we would
Yes, Your Honor.
appreciate
For the
it.
anger management, the state would be fine with a 4-hour anger management. For the parenting course, same. I believe the parenting course is 4 hours, Your Honor. Actually, I take that back. The parenting course, this was actually battery family violence. So since it's family violence, it would have to be the family violence intervention program, and that's waived by the judge.
Okay, so let's be clear, the state is not asking for FVIP, the state's asking for anger management, and it's
And a
asking and the parenting course, and it's asking me to establish a number of weeks of anger management. Should I waive FVIP?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is asking for 4 hours of anger management, 4 hours of parenting course, and we would have to have a waiver of the FVIP under the statute.
Okay, understood. So you're saying 4. Okay, so Mr. White, does your client want to move forward with that?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm sorry, one more clarification. Commuted to time served does mean what it says, right? So it is no more time in jail, or did?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, so no additional time and the 4 anger management courses and the 4 parenting courses. Is that what we're all asking for?
Yes, Your Honor.
All
Defense,
right.
great. Defense is good with that, Judge.
Okay, understood. All right, you're already under oath, Mr. Battle. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with Mr. White's representation?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
Hold on, say it again.
Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking a plea?
No, ma'am.
And you understand by taking a plea, you're giving up your right to trial by judge or jury?
Yes, ma'am.
And you fully understand the requirements, including the courses that you have to take, but otherwise, and you're not to have any further violent contact with that child. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you further understand, I don't think you have any more time to serve in Fulton County Jail. That's correct. As to the charge of battery family violence, how do you plead, Mr. Battle?
Gotta keep this.
I accept your guilty plea. Is there anything additional? Once he completes the requirements, Mr. White, it can go non-reporting, but I won't terminate it, okay?
Fair enough, Judge.
All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Battle. That concludes your case.
And Your Honor, Mr. Battle has position number 2, the FTA. The state will null process that as part of the negotiated plea.
Okay. And if you'll send that null price over to Ms. Young as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is there another position we can take?
Good morning, Judge. Hope you're doing well. I have position number 40, Ms. Milborn.
Okay. And she has not heard her rights, correct?
No.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Milborn. Your case is 25 CR 002294E. You're charged with criminal trespass and damage and criminal trespass with the offense date of April the 30th. You have a right to remain silent and you have a right to an attorney today. And as you can see, I'm conducting this hearing by video. Do you understand your rights and how I'm conducting the hearing? Is that a yes? All right, understood. Thank you. What is the announcement for Ms. Milborn?
Good morning, Your Honor. Good to see you.
Good morning, Mr. Bartels. Good to see you as well.
That's my case, Your Honor. This will be a negotiated plea. Ms. Milborn, can you hear me okay? Yes. All right. Ms. Milborn had a question about whether it would be to 1 count or 2 counts of trespass. The offer from the state is that the plea is to count 1 and count 2 will merge. So like we discussed, Ms. Milborn, it's just 1 count.
And that's correct. That's your understanding, Ms. Harrison?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
All right. Will you put the offer onto the record for us, please?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's, I'm sorry, the state's recommendation for the charge of criminal trespass and damage to property is 12 months to serve 30 days with credit for time served 15 days. The balance is probated, a stay away from 662 Gary Road Northwest, Atlanta, Georgia, and no contact at all with Ms. Rosalind Ellis. And of course, we were going to merge count 2. Would you like the factual basis?
Not for that one. I think it's okay. I'm going to sound for Ms. Ellis, though. Is Ms. Ellis present and wishes to make a very brief statement? All right. Mr. Bartels, do you so stipulate to the factual basis, ID, and venue?
We do for the purposes of the plea, Your Honor.
Thank you. And that was your understanding of the offer as well?
That's correct, Your Honor.
I'm just going to clarify the address is Ms. Ellis's residence.
Well, Your Honor, yeah, it's Ms. Milborn lives up the street. It's a couple of blocks away, but that's correct. It's the residence.
Okay, so she has no reason to need to be there.
Right.
All right. All right, Ms. Milborn, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury? All right, you can put your hand down, but I do need you to say yes or no, okay? Can you say yes for me? All right, thank you. I just need you to say that, all right? Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time? I need you to say no. Did you say no?
Yeah, you need to speak out.
We see you shaking your head, and that's good, but we also need you to talk, okay? I need you to actually say no.
No.
Okay. Did anyone force you to take this plea this morning? All right. And speak as loud as you can. Is that a no?
No.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking this plea? Okay. And you understand that you are giving up your right to trial today by taking a guilty plea?
Yeah.
And you want to move forward and take a plea and give up the right to have the state prove this charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt? All right, and you're satisfied with Mr. Bartels' representation of you? Okay, I need you to say yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and you understand you cannot go back to that location or speak with Miss Ellis. Do you understand that? Or have any contact with her at all? Do you understand? I need you to say yes, Miss Milborn.
Yeah.
All right, as to the charge of criminal trespass and damage, how do you plead, Miss Milborn?
Yeah.
All right, I accept your guilty plea at this time. Is there anything additional, Miss Harrison or Mr. Bartels?
Nothing from the country.
All right, hearing none, best of luck to you, Miss Milborn.
Thank you, Judge Reed.
We can go to position 11, Mr. Favors.
This will be a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Favors, your case is 25 CR 002304C. In this case, you are charged with simple battery. Do you understand your rights today? All right, I need you to speak as loudly as you can. I'm going to go ahead and place you under oath. Since your attorney has announced that you're taking a plea, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury? Is that a yes? I think it's an internet connection. Say it again for me. Yes? All right. All right, thank you. Mr. Stevens?
Yes, Your Honor. This is State of Georgia versus Abdul Jabbar Favors, case number 25CR002304C. He's charged with one count of simple battery. We're asking him to plead to that charge, simple battery. 12 months served 30 days, credit for time served 14 days, so he still would have 1 day left in jail. Balance probated. To complete a alcohol drug evaluation, a treatment that's deemed necessary, to be subject to random screening while on probation, and to have no further contact with Julio, that's Julio, Vasquez, Vasquez. And just for a brief factual basis, Your Honor, the defendant and the victim were in the waiting room at Emory Midtown Hospital. There was a verbal exchange. Both were seated. When the defendant got up, went over to the victim and hit him in the back or hit him in the head, there were several witnesses to observe it. Does the defense stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea?
We do stipulate for the purpose of the plea, Your Honor. My math, though, says he came in on the 1st, and today is the 15th, so that would be 15 days.
He was booked in on the 1st?
Yes. So that counts as a day, and today counts as a day, so it would be 15 days.
All right, do we see that as well? My calendar doesn't have the number of days. Mr. Jordan or Ms. Young, can you confirm when he was booked in? And while we do that, let me see if I can look it up too. And you did stipulate to the 3 elements, correct, Mr. White?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, just making sure. All right, we're going to clarify that point. If we find something different, Mr. White, does your client still want to take the plea?
Yes, Judge. I told him worst case scenario, we'd have another day.
Okay. All right, Mr. Favors, you're already under oath. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time? We need to unmute him. Thank you.
No, ma'am.
All right. Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange? Is that a no? I think it's bad internet.
Now his voice just a little. Sorry, my voice.
Okay, understood. So no one forced you to take anything? Okay. Are you satisfied with Mr. White's representation?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you fully understand the requirements of this sentence, including the evaluation, the random screens, and absolutely no contact with Mr. Vasquez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's sound again. Is Mr. Vasquez present and wishes to make a statement?
No.
Oh, not you, Mr. Favors.
Oh.
All right. As to the charge of simple battery, how do you plead? I accept your guilty plea. Is there anything additional, Mr. Stevens or Mr. White?
Your Honor, I checked on the booking, so it looks like the incident occurred at approximately 8:24 p.m. Somewhere between 8:24 and 9:11. By the time that the warrant was filed and he was in custody, it was 1:14 a.m. on May 2nd. So it actually looks like he was officially booked on May 2nd.
That's what Ms. Young had as well, that it was May 2nd, Mr. White. So he's going to have one more day.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Favors. Have a good afternoon.
Next, Judge, I have position number 3 and 4, Ms. Banajra.
All right. And Mr. Fernandez, did you need something additional? You're not required to stay with us any longer. You're free to if you wish to.
Judge, I was just wanting to know where to send the paperwork. That's all.
Oh, Ms. Young, will you send him a chat with your email, please?
For Mr. Fernandez?
Yes, please.
Oh, I chatted it to him, Your Honor, Chanel.Young@Fulton County GA. He checks his chat.
Check your chat, Mr. Fernandez.
Okay.
And Your Honor, before we move on, what was the credit for Mr. Favors? Well, how many days was it?
It's still, I'm sorry, what was it?
14 days, Your Honor.
I've clicked away from it. It's gone. So 14 days.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. What is the announcement for Miss Banajara? Who represents her? If Mr. Bartels, if you're speaking, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now, Judge?
I can.
Okay, yes, on Ms. Banajra, that's going to be a negotiated plea. on number 3, and then I understand 4 will be no price.
No pros, understood. All right, ma'am, please raise your right hand. Wait, let me first tell you your rights. Don't do that yet. Sorry. Your case is 24 CR 007211J. You're charged with 2 counts of simple battery in this case with the offense date of July the 5th. You also have a failure to appear. Do you understand your rights this morning, that you have a right to remain silent, a right to counsel, and that I'm conducting this hearing by video? All right, thank you. Let's see. Now I'm going to place you on oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury? All right, thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. Stevens, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. This is state of Georgia versus Salma Boone Najara. That's BOUNAJRA. Case number 24CR007211. Ms. Boone Najara is charged with 2 counts of simple battery. For the factual basis, on July 5th, 2024, Ms. Boone Najara was speaking with Manny, MANNY, Charlotten, CHARLOTTEN. They were having a verbal dispute when Miss Boone Najara decided to make physical contact. She slapped him in the face, as well as ripped his shirt. That's the basis for the first count of simple battery. Afterwards, they then threw a water bottle at Mr. Charlton as well, which did strike him. So that's the basis for the second count of simple batteries, throwing the water bottle. For state's recommendation is for count 1, 12 months to serve 15 days. I believe originally in the recommendation it said 10 days credit, but he actually has already served 15, so the state want to amend that. So 12 months served, 15 days, credit for time served, 15 days, balance probated. To complete an alcohol drug evaluation, any treatment deemed necessary, be subject to random screening while on probation. Complete anger management, which the state will say is 4 hours, and to have no further violent contact with Manny Charlton. And count 2 is time served to run concurrent to count 1. Does the offense stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea?
We do. I've got on my notes, maybe you can clarify, Mr. Stevens, I've got on my notes that she served 6 days when she was originally arrested and then 7 on the FTA. Is there a way do you have Odyssey up?
I do. They also serve an additional 2 days on another FTA.
So she doesn't have the 15 days is our concern?
Yeah, if she served it on 2 days on another FTA, I don't think she would get credit for this case. So my calculations are 13 days. So if we could just agree on 26 days credit for time served, 13 days.
The state can agree to that, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's sound for Manny Charlton. Is Manny Charlton present? Okay. Hearing none. You do so stipulate again, Mr. Bartels, just to be clear, and that was your understanding as long as we change it to the 26 days?
We do, Your Honor. We so stipulate for plea purposes.
All right. You're under oath already, Ms. Bonajara. Please answer the questions as loudly as you can so we can hear you, okay? Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time? Did anyone force you to take a plea today? Did anyone promise you anything in exchange? And you understand by taking a plea, you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury? And you're giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt? And you're satisfied with Mr. Bartel's representation? And do you fully understand the requirements? You should not have additional time to serve in the Fulton County Jail. However, you'll be subject to random screens. You're going to undergo some evaluations. You're not to have contact with Mr. Charlton. And let's clarify, Mr. Stevens, it just says anger management. The amount of anger management requested by the state was?
4 hours, Your Honor.
4 hours. And that was your agreement, Mr. Bartels?
I don't think we had an offer, but I think 4 hours is agreeable, Judge.
All right. And you understand you have to take 4 hours of anger management? All right. As to the charges I previously listed, how do you plead? All right. I accept your guilty plea. Is there anything additional from state or defense?
Right.
Just
Also
that
has-
she has
she's a
position number 4 on
add-on.
the calendar, and the state will be null processing that as part of the negotiated plea, Your Honor.
She's on the add-on calendar too. What? Okay, she does have an additional case on the add-on. What's happened to that obstruction case? Is there a global offer for that one?
Yes, that is, I believe, number 1 on the add-on.
Yeah, it's number 1 on the add-on. She has an obstruction. What was the offer for that one, Mr. Stevens?
One moment, Your Honor.
Time served, Your Honor, 4 days.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, and as to the case ending in 2661J, yes, 1J, and what you're charged with obstruction, how do you plead, ma'am? All right, I accept your guilty plea. Essentially, for that one, the time you served in the Fulton County Jail will close that case. Okay.
Your Honor, the calendar says, time served 7 days. Is it 7 or 4?
How many did she serve?
I've got 2 days plus 2 days, Your Honor, which would be
What
4.
we need to make sure whatever it is, it needs to be time served. So let's say 4, so that she doesn't end up serving more time
Yes, Your
in
Honor.
the event that there's an issue, because they will actually make her serve the extra days. Thank you, Ms. Young, for catching that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything additional?
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask that the court waive the first 2 months of probation fees, and that the probation either go non-reporting or that it terminate when she does the anger management classes and whatever is recommended from the A&D evaluation.
All right, I will wait just 1 month because she only has to do 4 hours, and then it can go non-reporting.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, best of luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Judge, I do
Right.
have a quick announcement for Mr. Bartel. Mr. Bartel, when you're ready for the competency calendar, can you please give me a call on our cell?
Yes, ma'am. I think I have your cell number, so I'll give you a call. And Your Honor, I have announcements on a couple of the cases. I can do those now, or we can do them
Sure,
later.
that's fine.
Okay. On number 12 through 15, Your Honor, Gabriela Gutierrez and also Gabriela Gibbs. It's the same person. Gibbs is her married name. Will plead not guilty on those and waive arraignment.
You don't wish to be heard on bond?
She not at this time, Your Honor. No.
Okay, understood.
And also Mr. Patel, number 45 through 46, is the same announcement.
And no desire to be heard on bond either.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Next, position 17, Mr. Hardnett.
Okay, 1 second. You said 17?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Okay. All right, Mr. Harnett, your case is 25 CR 002093D. You're charged with obstruction. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. What is the announcement for him? Who represents Mr. Hartnett?
Mr.
Yeah,
White.
Your Honor.
Oh, this one
Sorry.
is a plea? So this is a negotiated plea?
That's correct. I'm sorry. I was on the phone. To one of my other
Do you
clients.
need a moment?
No, I think we're good to go.
Okay. After this, we'll address that in a moment. Okay. Mr. Stevens. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and place Mr. Hartnett under oath. Mr. Hartnett, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge? Is that a yes?
Yes, I do.
All right. Thank you so much. Mr. Stevens?
Yes, Your Honor, one moment. This is State of Georgia versus Montarius Malik Hardnett, case number 25CR002093D. Mr. Hardnett is charged with 1 count of willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. The basis is that Mr. Hardnett fit the description of someone that they were looking for someone that was doing a number of thefts for campus scooters. When they tried to approach the defendant, he ran away. Eventually, whenever they got him into custody, they realized he was not the person they're looking for. So the obstruction is for running away. The state's offer is a time served, credit for time served, 25 days.
Okay. Time served, please. Okay, Mr. White, do you stipulate to the three elements? And was that your understanding?
Yes and yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hartnett, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time? Mr. Okay, did anyone force you to take a plea?
No.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking a plea?
No.
Okay. Are you satisfied with Mr. White's representation?
Yes. Yes,
And you understand you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury?
Yes, I do.
And by taking a guilty plea, you understand it may affect other aspects of your life, such as employment, probation, immigration, things of that nature?
Realize.
I'm sorry, is that a yes?
Yes. Realize. Yes.
All right. As to the charge of obstruction, Mr. Hartnett, how do you plead?
Yes.
I accept your guilty plea. Essentially, the time you served in the Fulton County Jail should close out your case. Is there anything additional from state or defense?
Just to let the judge know, he is also on a hold, it looks like, for a foreign county.
Okay, so this case is no longer holding you in. You may have other holds that affect you.
Nothing further from the state.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case.
Go to position 10, Mr. Ellis.
All right, Ms. McLeod, I saw you earlier. Are you here? I don't see Ms. McLeod anymore. All right, what is the announcement for Mr. Ellis?
To be a negotiated plea, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. White. You did say everybody's negotiated.
No worries.
All right. All right, Mr. Ellis, your case is 25 CR 002288B. You're charged with obstruction and giving false information. Do you understand your rights this morning? Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. It's just a bad signal, so I just need you to speak as loudly as you can. I'm going to go ahead and place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Stevens, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. This is State of Georgia versus Todd Ellis, case number 25 CR 002288B as in Bravo. The factual basis is that law enforcement responded to a potential injured person on the highway. Whenever they got to the scene, they were talking with the defendant, who originally identified himself as Taylor Wilkins. He was sitting in the rear seat of a car that, after they checked the car, was actually reported stolen out of DeKalb County 3 months prior. Whenever the law enforcement officers began to question him, he wasn't able to identify where he was coming from. He said he had been dropped off at the location. When law enforcement went to detain him, he then resisted by trying to pull his arm away. The state's recommendation, and I'll start with count 2, giving false information. For count 2 is 12 months to serve, 30 days, commuted to time served, 15 days, balance on probation, to complete alcohol drug evaluation, any treatment deemed necessary, and to be subject to random screens while on probation. And then for count number 1, the willful obstruction, time served. Does the offense stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea?
We do stipulate for the purpose of the plea, Your Honor, and just has the probation terminate once he completes his ADET.
All right.
No objection from the state.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Hold on one second. How much time does he serve? That's what I was trying to look up.
15 days, Your Honor.
I'll make sure we have that correct. Okay. All right, Mr. Ellis, I've already placed you under oath. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking the plea?
No, ma'am.
And you're satisfied with Mr. White's representation?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that by taking a guilty plea, you may affect other aspects of your life, such as probation, employment, or immigration, or other things of that nature?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to plead no contest, actually.
Okay, I don't, did
That's my fault, Your Honor. I forgot that.
that was his request. Did the state object to a no love plea or no contest?
I don't, Your Honor. Just give me one moment to check his history to make sure he's eligible.
Okay, that was what I was gonna ask. And let me ask you the additional questions. You understand you're giving up your right to trial by judge or jury?
Yes, ma'am.
And you fully understand the requirements explained to you by your attorney that you should not have additional time to serve, but you'll be subject to random screens and you're going to undergo an evaluation for alcohol treatment. You understand that, Mr. Ellis?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, while we check, we're going to see if you're eligible for the no-low plea. Ms. Harvey, are you present? And can you tell me whether or not did you find it, Mr. Stevens?
Yes, Your Honor. From what I can see, he is eligible. He has not used NOLO within the last 5 years.
And the state has no objection to him pleading no-low.
No objection, Your Honor.
And Ms. Harvey, you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, thank you. All right, as to the charges of obstruction and giving false information, Mr. Ellis, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right, I accept your no-low plea at this time. Is there anything additional, Mr. White or Mr. Stevens?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Ellis. That concludes your case.
Next is position 20, Mr. Jackson, Carter Jackson.
Position 20.
Be a negotiated plea, Judge.
Thank you. He's 20, not 21, correct? Just the theft by shoplifting?
That's correct.
Okay.
We have a whole slew of Jacksons, so.
Okay. It's a good day for Jacksons. All right. Mr. Carter Jackson, your case is 25 CR 002297Y. In this case, you're charged with theft by shoplifting. Do you understand your rights today? Is that a yes? All right. And this is a negotiated plea, so I'm going to go ahead and place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury? I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying. Is that a no? You can't promise you'll tell the truth today, or is that a yes, that you will tell the truth so that we can take your plea?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Mr. Stevens,
Yes, Your Honor.
please
This
proceed.
is State of Georgia versus Carter Jackson, case number 25 CR 002297Y. Mr. Jackson is charged with 1 count of theft by shoplifting. The basis is that on April 22nd, 2025, at approximately 10 o'clock in the morning, law enforcement responded to a Walgreens. They spoke to the employee who was able to identify the defendant as jumping across the counter to take a pack of Newport cigarettes, value of $7.43. They were able to see that on the video as well, where again, he did jump and then leave the location with a pack of unpaid cigarettes. For the state's recommendation, we're asking him to do 12 months to serve 30 days, commuted to time served 15 days, balance probated, to complete a theft prevention class, and stay away from Walgreens located at 6789 Shannon Parkway. Does the defense stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea?
We do. I just have a question about the days. So it's commuted, and I have that it's 14 days.
I have that as well, but that was from yesterday. Today makes 15.
Okay.
So he shouldn't have additional time. All right. Mr. Jackson, you're under oath already. Please speak loudly, because if we can't understand you, we can't take a plea. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time? Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
No,
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking the plea?
no,
And you understand by taking a guilty plea, you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury,
yeah,
and you're giving up your right to have the state prove this charge is against you beyond a reasonable doubt.
yeah,
And you're satisfied with Mr. White's representation?
yes,
And you understand that taking a guilty plea can affect other aspects of your life, such as employment, probation, immigration, things of that nature?
yeah,
And you further understand the requirements that you have a theft course to take. You cannot go back to that Walgreens, but you should not have additional time to serve in the Fulton County Jail. Do you understand that, Mr. Jackson?
yeah.
As to the charge of theft by shoplifting, how do you plead?
Good.
I accept your guilty plea. Is there,
Based on like, the plea, what I have to plead guilty?
I'm sorry, we can't hear what you're saying. What was the question?
Yes, you're pleading guilty, just like we discussed.
All right. All right,
Okay.
I accept your guilty plea.
And Judge, could his probation terminator go non-reporting once he completes his class?
It'll go non-reporting.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, the state would actually object to non-reporting or termination only because the defendant has an open warrant, 5 actually, out of Cobb County, including a felony warrant.
All right, well, it was shoplifting for something of nominal value, so we'll let it go non-reporting, okay?
Yes,
But I
ma'am.
do note the state's objection. Best of luck to you, Mr. Jackson. That concludes your case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, who do we have next?
Go to position 21 and 22, Mr. Jaren Jackson.
Okay,
Also negotiated plea, Your Honor.
all right. Mr. Jackson, Jaren Jackson, your case is 24 CR 003445F. You're charged with simple battery family violence, and you also have an FTA. Do you understand your rights today?
Ma'am.
You said yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. As this is a negotiated plea, I'm going to go ahead and place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Stevens, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. This is State of Georgia versus Jaren Jackson, case number 24CR003445F. Mr. Jackson also has position number 22, which is an FTA, which will be no pros as far as a negotiated plea. Mr. Jackson is charged with 1 count of simple battery family violence. In terms of the factual basis, on November 5th, 2024, officers responded to a fight in progress at 1094 La Rosa Ter, TER, in Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. They spoke with Miss Jacobia, Jacobia Patterson, common spelling. Miss Patterson is the mother of the defendant. She advised that he does not live with her, but he stopped by her house to get some food, and he appeared to be high at the time. She then got into a verbal disagreement where she actually grabbed a machete out of safety for she was fearing for her own safety. Mr. Jackson then grabbed her by the throat and body slammed her, which caused an injury to her foot, to her pinky toe. Mr. Jackson was no longer on the scene by the time the police arrived. State is asking for him to do 12 months, serve 30 days, commuted to time served. I have 14 days, but I'll double check. We didn't add an extra day on there. Balance probated, complete an alcohol drug evaluation, any treatment deemed necessary, to be subject to random drug screening, and have no further violent contact with Jacobia Patterson. And once again, Your Honor, this is a family violence. So the state is not asking for a family violence intervention program. So we'd have to ask for that to be waived and just do the alcohol drug evaluation, any treatment deemed necessary.
Okay.
Does the defense
And-
stipulate the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea?
We do.
And you weren't asking for an additional day. The 14 days was based on yesterday, just like the last case, Mr. Stevens?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm double checking right now.
Okay, and let's sound for Ms. Patterson. Ms. Patterson, are you present and wish to make a statement? All right, hearing none, Mr. White has already stipulated. So let's ask you these questions to make sure this is voluntary, Mr. Jackson. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No,
Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
no, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking a plea? And you understand you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury?
Yes.
And you're giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
And you further understand that by taking a guilty plea, it may affect other aspects of your life, including probation, immigration, or employment?
Yes.
And you further understand the requirements that you're going to be subject to at random screens. You're going to undergo some alcohol evaluation and treatment, and you're to have no further violent contact with your mother. You understand all of that?
I got one question for you. I don't do any drugs, alcohol, but
I'm going to get to that.
yeah, and
Okay, but you understand that that's the requirements of the sentence. Do you understand that, though, Mr. Jackson? All right. As to the charge of simple battery, family violence, how do you plead, Mr. Jackson?
okay.
I accept your guilty plea, Mr. White. You have a request?
Yes, Your Honor, just for non-reporting once he completes his evaluation.
That I'll let the state note any objections.
No objection, and to clarify, this one is 14 days, Your Honor.
So he has another day.
No, Your Honor, this one's commuted to time served.
So we're gonna make it 28 days just to make
Yes, Your
sure. Okay.
All
All right.
I'm trying.
Very, very quickly, what's your question, Mr. Jackson?
All the situations, I'm gonna see if I can like waive some like the fees or whatever, because I don't have anywhere of transportation or any fines or nothing like this.
Mr. Jackson, I talked to you about this. There's nothing the court can do.
Yes, and it'll be just once you finished it, you don't have any fees to pay and you don't have to report to probation. So I advise you to finish it as quickly as possible. Okay? All right. All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Jackson.
Ron, actually, would it be okay for him to report by phone after his first time? And if there are any issues, then they can have him come in. But since
I don't know if, because he's got to do an evaluation, I think he's got to come in, and I don't think he can do it by phone. He's got to come that first time.
he may be able to do that online. I'm not sure. If they were, I mean, just, I guess we're asking that as long as he doesn't physically have
One
to,
second.
he can report by phone.
If he can report, I don't think probation is going to let him report by phone, Mr. White. I don't think, but you're asking, can he come in by Zoom and show the information? Is probation on the Zoom conference?
Good
Ms.
morning, yes,
Caldwell,
ma'am.
Ms. Caldwell, can he report by Zoom the first time?
No,
Or
ma'am.
does he? I didn't believe he could, Mr. White. He's gonna have to physically come in.
Okay. Thank you,
All
Judge.
right. All right. Thank you, everyone. We're gonna take a 2-minute break and then I'll be right back. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, thank you for your patience. Who can we take next?
Positions 23 and 24, Mr. Ronald Jackson.
Okay, and this is negotiated plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Jackson, your case is 23 CR 005136A. You're charged with simple battery family violence, and you also have an FTA. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Stevens, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor, I apologize. Odyssey is all of a sudden not working. I know that this is State of Georgia versus Ronald Jackson, was position number 23 and 24 on the calendar, case number 23CR005136A. He's charged with one count of simple battery family violence. The state is actually going to be amending that simple battery family violence down to disorderly conduct. This will be a time served plea, but again, once again, my Odyssey is down, so I'll be able to pull up the factual basis and exact days once I get my Odyssey back up, Your Honor.
Only thing I really need to know is, do you know the name of the victim by any chance so that we can sound for them?
Not off the hand. Your Honor.
Not without Odyssey. Let me see. Miss Young, can you tell me the name of the victim? Do you see it? 23. Let me see if I can do it.
I'm looking, Your Honor. Hold on one second.
In the meantime, Mr. White, I'm assuming you that was your understanding of the offering. You so stipulate to those elements.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll clarify the time in the moment, and we will sound for that victim in a moment.
I'm sorry,
I
I
have
had the victim.
What's the name, Miss Harrison?
I had John. I'm sorry. His name is Joseph Johnson. Is that the same thing that you had, Miss Harvey?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, it's the brother of the defendant, it looks like.
Okay, it's Joseph Johnson. Okay,
Yes.
is Joseph Johnson present? Wishes to make a statement. All right, hearing none, and Mr. White, you've stipulated, so let's move back to Mr. Jackson. You're already under oath. Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation today?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone force you to take a plea?
Oh, no.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking the plea?
Oh, no.
And you understand by taking the guilty plea, you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that taking a plea to disorderly conduct could affect other aspects of your life, such as probation, employment, or immigration, or things your lawyer and I may not be able to anticipate.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, as to the charge of disorderly conduct, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
I accept your guilty plea. Is there anything additional, Mr. Stevens or
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes,
No.
Your Honor. The state would like to clarify the dates as being 24 days in custody, so it'll be a credit for time served, 24 days in custody. And the factual basis, just that Mr. Johnson and Mr. Jackson got into an altercation. They are brothers. During that altercation, the verbal argument, Mr. Jackson did punch him in the face, but Mr. Johnson then returned and then began to fight each other.
Okay. I don't think there's anything additional then. Mr. White, anything additional?
Nothing, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Jackson. That concludes your case.
Thank you. Next is positions 25 and 26, Mr. Johnson.
Trying to, before we
Okay.
move forward, on Mr. Jackson, can we put on the record what we're doing with the FTA?
The FTA be no process, correct? Mr.
Yes, Your
Stevens?
Honor. It'd be no process part of the negotiated plea.
Thank you.
All right. I'm sorry. This is Mr. Antonio Johnson.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Johnson, your case is 25 CR 1324B, you're charged with theft by taking. You also have an FTA in this case. You understand your rights?
Yes.
All right. And the announcement is this is a negotiated plea as well, correct, Mr. White?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the perjury?
Yes.
Is it? Thank you. All right, Mr. Stevens, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. State of Georgia versus Antonio Johnson, case number 25CR0013224B. Mr. Johnson is charged with one count of theft by taking. He took the wallet of Christopher Hadel, Hadel. That included a wallet with cash, a gift card, as well as a driver's license. The state is asking for him to do 12 months to serve 10 days, credit for time served 8 days. So actually, we need to amend that, Your Honor. 12 months served 16 days, credit for time served 8 days, balance probated. Complete a theft prevention class, an alcohol or drug evaluation, any treatment deemed necessary. To stay away from the Chevron located at 4340 Fulton Industrial Boulevard, and to have no further contact with Christopher Hadel. Does the defense stipulate to the factual basis of venue and ID for the purpose of this plea?
We do.
All right, and I'm gonna, even though it's a theft charge, I'm gonna sound for Christopher Hadel. All right,
Judge-
and Mr. White stipulate. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You have a question?
I'm sorry, Judge. We were just going to ask for termination or non-reporting upon completion of his requirements.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No.
Did anyone force you to take a plea?
No.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking a plea?
No.
And you understand you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury?
Yes.
And you're giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
And you understand that by taking a guilty plea, it may affect other aspects of your life, such as probation, employment, immigration, things of that nature?
Yes.
And you understand the requirements that you should not have additional time to serve. However, you're going to undergo an evaluation, take a theft class, and you absolutely must stay away from that location. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. As to the charge of theft by taking, how do you plead, Mr. Johnson?
Please.
I accept your guilty plea. Once he's completed the requirements, it can go non-reporting.
Thank you, Judge.
Any objection from the state to the non-reporting that you'd like to
No,
put on the
Your Honor.
record?
No,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Best of luck to you, Mr. Johnson. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
Next, we can go to position 29, Mr. Kemp.
Mr. Kemp, your case is 25CR002270G. In this case, you're charged with theft by shoplifting and possession and use of drug-related objects. Do you understand your rights?
Okay.
All right. The announcement for Mr. Kemp is
Negotiated plea. Would like to know if we can switch over $500 fine to 50 hours of community service.
okay. I'll consider that, Ms. Kim. All right. Let me place you under oath, Mr. Kemp. Please raise your right hand. Wait, I'm sorry. Yes. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yeah.
All right, you can put your hand down. Ms. Harrison, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation for count 1 is 12 months served 30 days, credit for time served 15 days, balance probated. The $500 fine required by statute, an anti-theft course, 40 hours of community service, stay away from the incident location, which is CVS located at 2429 MLK Drive. And for count 2, which is possession of use of drug-related objects, the state's recommendation is 12 months probation concurrent with count 1. Would you like a factual basis, Your Honor?
Yes, please, briefly.
Yes, Your Honor. Officers responded to a call of a shoplifting incident at the incident location, which is the CVS. The store manager called an investigator and informed him that the defendant, Mr. Kemp, was actively stealing from the store. Officer Wynn was he arrived on the scene. He was nearby and he observed the defendant across the street at the Chevron gas station. He approached him to speak to him about the shoplifting allegation. The defendant attempted to flee, and he was detained shortly thereafter. Officers searched him and concluding the search incident to arrest, they found the defendant in possession of 9 Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate bars totaling $35.78, which belonged to the CVS store. Officers also recovered a glass cylinder object known to be affiliated with drug use. It's in the form of a pipe. And the officers did also review video footage at the scene. We are asking the defendant to stipulate to ID, venue, and factual basis for purposes of the plea. That'll be it for the state.
Do you so stipulate, Ms. Kim?
We do, Your Honor. My client is 63 years old and he does have some medical issues. I was wondering if we can reduce 40 hours of community to 4 hours. So total, we would like to know if we can do a total of 50 hours of community service just for the statute because it is required by the statute.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me look at this again.
And probation to be terminated upon the completion of those hours.
Okay, so you're asking me to commute the $500 fine to the 50 hours community service and strike the additional 40 hours?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me, Ms. Harvey, can I hear his history, or Ms. Harrison, do you have it?
I have it, Your Honor.
Yes.
He has 45 cycles, 2019 theft by taking, theft by shoplifting convictions from 2015 and 2014. Also 2014 burglary and theft by taking, 2010 theft by receiving stolen property, 2010 theft by taking, 2009 possession of cocaine, and nothing further, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I just want to note for the record that the state is opposed to the waiving of the fine due to the defendant's prior convictions for theft by shoplifting, and we did try to refer this case up for a felony, but the district attorney turned it down.
All right, understood. All right, if he takes the plea, Ms. Kim, he'd have to complete the 50 hours of community service. I would commute it and I'd strike the 40 hours. Does he wish to take the plea today?
Yes, he does.
All right, and you so stipulated to those 3 elements, correct, Ms. Kim?
Yes, he did.
All right. Mr. Kemp, you're under oath. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange?
No, ma'am.
And you understand by taking a guilty plea, you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury.
No, ma'am.
And you're giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt.
No, ma'am.
And you understand that taking a guilty plea may affect aspects of your life, such as probation, employment, immigration, or things your lawyer and I may not be able to anticipate.
Yes, ma'am.
And you fully understand the requirements, including the community service, the fine that you'll need, the course you'll need to take, and the fact that you must stay away from that CVS.
Yes, ma'am.
As to the charge of theft by shoplifting, how do you plead, Mr. Kemp?
Guilty.
All right. And also possession and use of, we didn't merge that one. So how do you plead to the charge of possession and use of drug-related objects? All right. All right. I accept your guilty plea. Is there anything additional from state or defense?
Will this be terminated upon completion of the?
Hello?
All right. It can go non-reporting, but it won't terminate, Ms. Kim. Okay? All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kemp. That concludes your case.
Next is position 32, Mr. LaFever.
And Ms. Kim, what is the announcement?
LaFever is a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. LaFever, your case is 25 CR 002313B. You're charged with criminal trespass and committing certain prohibited acts in a bus or rail station. Do you understand your rights this morning? Is that a yes, that you understand your rights?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today to be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Harrison, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation for count one, which is criminal trespass, is 12 months, served 28 days, credit for time served 14 days, balance probated, a stay away from 2420 Piedmont Road Northeast, which is the Lindenberg MARTA station. For count two, which is certain acts, bus railroad stations that are prohibited. The state's recommendation, I'm sorry, is 12 months probation concurrent with count one. With Your Honor, like a brief description of the facts?
I think I'm okay. I took a look at that one. Thank you, Ms. Harrison. Ms. Kim, do you so stipulate to the three elements? And was that your understanding of the offer in this case?
Because one of the conditions, really, in this kind of case, we usually get balance suspended. So I thought this BP, balance probated, was typo.
I'm sorry, Ms. Kim, you kind of went out. You're saying that you were thinking that this was supposed to be balance suspended and not balance probated?
Your Honor, there's no
Yes.
follow.
Yeah, it would equal
Yeah,
what
it
is
should be.
credit for time served. So yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
it should. You're correct. It should be balance suspended. With that, do you so stipulate, and that was your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. LaFever, you're already under oath, so we're gonna proceed. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time? You said yes?
No.
Okay. Did anyone force you to take a guilty plea today?
No.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking a plea? And you understand that taking a plea, you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury? And you're giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with Ms. Kim's representation?
Yes.
And you understand that you cannot go back to that MARTA station?
Yes.
All right, as to the charges of criminal trespass and committing some prohibited acts, how do you plead, Mr. LaFever?
No.
I accept your guilty plea. Is there anything additional, Ms. Harrison or Ms. Kim?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, Mr. LaFever.
24 hours. Okay.
Next are positions 41 and 42. Odesanya.
And the announcement, Ms. Kim?
Negotiated plea, Your Honor, same as a balance suspended.
Okay.
It'll be the same issue with the balance.
Okay, understood. All right, so your case is 25 CR 003295F. I'm gonna see 000329F. You're charged with criminal trespass with the offense date of January the 19th. Do you understand your rights this morning?
No.
You also have an FTA. And it's been announced as a negotiated plea, so please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Ms. Harrison, I do want to hear just briefly the facts of this one. I didn't have a chance to take a look at this.
Okay, I'll start there. Officers responded to a call on January 18th of 2025 of a criminal trespassing / panhandling at 3285 Peachtree Road Northeast, which is the Embassy Suites Hotel. Upon arrival, officers were informed that this defendant had been given a criminal trespass warning earlier that morning. He returned to the location and refused to leave, even though he was asked multiple times. He's not a resident at the incident location, and he's not had a room there as far as staff knew. And officers confirmed at the location that he was advised to not return to that location on the same day. The state's recommendation in this case for criminal trespass is 12 months served, 16 days, credit for time served, 8 days, balance served. Stay away from the incident location, 3285 Peachtree Road Northeast, which is the Embassy Suites Hotel. And the defendant has another case, which is position 42, the FTA, which the state will null pros upon acceptance of this plea, and would like for the defendant to stipulate to venue, ID, and factual basis. And that'll be all for me.
All right, Ms. Kim, do you so stipulate to those three elements, and that was your understanding?
We would like to stipulate only one concern that we have. The reason that he was not able to come to the court was because he was incarcerated at Cobb County. I just wanted to have that on the record.
Okay, but we're still gonna null pros the FTA. So, all right, sir, you're under oath. Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with Ms. Kim's representation?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You understand you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand you're giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that taking a guilty plea may affect other aspects of your life, such as probation, employment, immigration, other things of that nature?
Unfortunately, all too well.
All right. You understand that you cannot go back to that location as well?
Ma'am.
As to the charge of criminal trespass, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
I accept your guilty plea. Is there anything additional, Ms. Kim or Ms. Harrison?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. You have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Your Honor, if I could, from the state.
Yes.
Position number 5, Mr. Virgil McGee is the victim is present. My understanding is that the defense is waiving the defendant's appearance today. Just want to confirm that announcement so the victim can leave since
What
he's
is
already.
the announcement for position 5?
That's correct. It's a waiver.
Yes. Okay, so Mr. Bradley, that case will, I'm sorry, Mr. McGee, that case will not be heard today. You'll get information about when that case will move forward, and you're free to go at this time. All right, who do we have before us now?
Thank you.
Position 43, Mr. Palmer. Timothy Palmer.
All right, Mr. Palmer, good morning. Your case is 25 CR 002317Y. You're charged with criminal trespass and damage to property, as well as disorderly conduct. You understand your rights today?
Yes.
That's a yes? Thank you. All right, and the announcement for this case?
Negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Please proceed, Ms. Harrison.
Yes, Your Honor. For count 1, which is criminal trespass and damage to property, state's recommendation is 12 months served, 28 days, credit for time served, 14 days, balance served. Stay away from 1067 Memorial Drive Southeast. No contact with Grayson Graham. For count 2, disorderly conduct, the state's recommendation is 12 months probation, served concurrently with count 1 and an 8-week anger management program. Would Your Honor like the facts of the case briefly?
Yes, please.
Officers arrived on the scene and the defendant was already detained by another officer. There was seemingly already a physical altercation that had taken place with an acquaintance who lives at the incident location, the 1067 Memorial Drive. Officers de-escalated the situation and the defendant was allowed to leave the scene. He expressed that he had nowhere else to go for that night and disregarded the warning. Ultimately, he came back to the property at 1 a.m. and threw a brick through a window of the location. And the window that he bust was actually Mr. Grayson Graham's window. And Mr. Graham is a resident at the Memorial Drive complex. and then he was placed under arrest. We're asking that the defendant stipulate to venue, ID, and the facts of the case for purposes of the plea. And we do also want to note, Your Honor, that the defendant did have a stay away from this incident location previously set by, it looks like you, Judge Williams. He returned to that location, and then we want to note also that he was required to have a visit by a social worker, and we just want to make sure that that's been complied with.
We do have a social worker. We will make sure that he has a visit before he gets released, Your Honor. Your Honor, he does have to go there one time with a law enforcement officer to retrieve his personal belongings. So can he have that?
Okay, I don't have any objection to him going back with law enforcement. Let's sound for Mr. Graham. Is Mr. Graham present? I wish to make a statement. And Ms. Kim has stipulated, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. He actually has been unemployed from February 2025, and he's going through financial hardships. Even without place to go, he will be homeless, and he has to look for a place to go. Can he have probation fee waived, or it becomes?
I'll waive the 2 months of fees, and he can go non-reporting. Okay.
Your Honor.
All right. Let me I believe I placed your note. Let's make sure. Mr. Palmer, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time? Did anyone force you to take a plea today? Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking a plea? And you understand you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury by taking a guilty plea?
Yes.
And you're giving up your right to have the state prove this charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
And you are satisfied with Ms. Kim's representation of you?
Yes.
And do you fully understand the requirements that you cannot go back to that location, and you're also going to have to take 8 weeks of anger management?
Yes.
And you further understand that taking a guilty plea may affect aspects of your life, such as employment, probation, or immigration? As to the charges of criminal trespass and damage to property and disorderly conduct, how do you plead?
Guilty.
I accept your guilty plea. Is there anything additional from Ms. Kim or Ms. Harrison?
Nothing further from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Palmer. That concludes your case.
Next is position 44, Mr. Palmer.
All right, Mr. Palmer, your case is 25 CR 002295C. You're charged with 3 counts of theft by shoplifting. Do you understand your rights? All right. And the announcement, Ms. Kim?
Negotiating, willing to change 30 days to 28 days, so he does not have any more time to serve.
The announcement I had from the state is that it was 28 days credit for time served 14 days. Is that correct, Ms. Harrison? So it would be, I'm sorry, no, he was gonna serve additional time?
We had 30 days with 14 days. So we will agree with Ms. Kim's suggestion here and do
So make
28
it 28 days. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you would very briefly give me the factual basis here and put the state's offer onto the record.
Of course, Your Honor. Officer Wynn was called to the CVS store. The store is located at 2434 Martin Luther King Drive. He was called because the store manager called to advise him that the guy who had been stealing toilet paper repeatedly was back in the store. Officers arrived on the scene and were able to make contact with the defendant. There are 3 incidents. This first one on April 30th, the hygiene products that were taken were amounting to $150. The 2 other incidents which occurred on April 29th, is $80 worth of toilet paper. And on March 10th is $20.49 worth of toilet paper. There was video evidence of each incident showing the defendant removing these items from the store. And so he was placed under arrest at that time. The state is asking the defendant to stipulate to factual basis, ID, and venue for purposes of the plea. I'm sorry, Your Honor. That'll be all for the state.
All right, do you so stipulate, Ms. Kim, and that was your understanding?
I'm sorry, I have to do the recommendations.
Oh, yeah, you did. I read them, and in my mind, you put those on the record. My apologies.
I'm so sorry. The state's recommendation for count 1 is 12 months served, 28 days, credit for time served, 14 days, balance served. We're requiring the defendant to do an anti-theft course, complete 40 hours of community service, and stay away from 2429 Martin Luther King Driveway, which is the Southwest, which is the CVS. For count 2, we're asking for 12 months, served 28 days, credit for time served, 14 days to run concurrently with count 1. And count 3, we're asking for 12 months, 28 days, credit for time served, 14 days to serve concurrently with count 1 as well, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, now, Ms. Kim, do you so stipulate, and that was your understanding?
Your Honor, my client is right now homeless and he has not had his job for about a year. So we would like to know if he can get 2 months of probation fee waived and probation terminated upon the completion of courses and community service, Your Honor.
All right, I will waive 2 months, and it will go non-reporting once he completes the requirements. Does he still want to take the plea?
Yes, he does.
All right, sir, did I place you under oath? Let's just double check. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give today to be true to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time? Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange?
No, ma'am.
And you understand by taking a guilty plea today, it may affect other aspects of your life?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that by taking a guilty plea, you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that you're giving up your right to have the state prove these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Ma'am.
And you're satisfied with Ms. Kim's representation? Is that a yes? And you fully understand the requirements, including the community service, the theft course you need to take, that you must stay away from that CVS, but otherwise you should not have additional time to serve in the Fulton County Jail. Do you understand all of that? All right, as for the charges of theft by shoplifting in this case, how do you plead? I accept your guilty plea. I've already indicated he'll have 2 months of fees waived, and it will go non-reporting upon completion. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further for defense.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case. Mr. Murphy, I see you on here. Who is your client?
Dominic Wright,
Is Mr. Wright at the courtroom?
25.
Yes, Judge, position 51.
What is your announcement for that case today?
Judge, that I've gotten the state's offer and I've had limited discovery. The state wants additional jail time, so I was just hoping to get a reset till Tuesday. I want to see him at the jail tomorrow and go over the offer. There's quite a few details to it. And I was only.
Let me see. Ms. Young, is there room on Tuesday's calendar, or is it already extensive? So should we have to put him on Thursday?
1 second, Your Honor, I can look now.
Okay.
Tuesday, we have 42.
42. Okay, we're gonna add that case on to next Tuesday's calendar. Mr. Wright, your attorney is gonna come and see you and explain the state's offer, and you'll be brought back to court on Tuesday, okay? Mr. Murphy, is it your only case today?
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it. Mr.
All
Wright,
right.
Thank you, Judge.
Take care.
Take care.
The only other position I have, I believe I'm waiting on Ms. McLeod to log back in for position 28.
Okay. And Ms. McLeod's not here.
I can try and give her a call, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I was able to get a hold of Ms. McLeod, Your Honor. I'm going to send her the link. She should be on shortly.
Thank you.
While we wait, was there an announcement on position 33? I have to be announced, but I didn't hear anything on the record.
If anyone knows, Ms. Kim, Mr. White, perhaps?
That's also a conflict case, Judge.
Oh, that's Ms. McLeod.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why. That makes sense.
Sorry. Thank you.
Uh, 7 and 33 most likely would not be produced today. They had on the pull sheet, they were at Cobb County, but they're really at Union City, South Annex. So they'll probably have to get reset.
Did you say 27 and 33?
No, Judge, 7 and 33.
Neither of those had time served offers, did they?
Yes, Your Honor. Number 7 was a time served. He's already served over a year in custody for a simple
Okay.
battery.
What about 33? I mean 33. That was
33 he would still have some time.
okay, so we'll automatically reset 33. And number 7, you said is at South Annex and can't be brought?
Yes, Judge. I'm gonna call over there now, see if they can.
See if they can at least try so that he can. I mean, he probably does. He may have other holds, so it may.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe he's on a murder charge, so I don't think
Okay. Yeah, it may not. He may not be prejudiced by a reset, but still try and see if we can get South Annex.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. If you can't, we will say we did all we could. In the meantime, we are holding for Ms. McLeod. Is that correct?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here.
Okay, Ms. McLeod, thank you. Good afternoon. And your client, one of them I understand is not with us, but your other client, who's in the courtroom again?
Position 28.
Okay, and that is Mr. Keller. What is your announcement today for Mr. Keller, Ms. McLeod?
Your Honor, I haven't had a chance to speak with him yet. The state has a plea offer which I would need to discuss with him.
Can you give the jail a call?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, it's easier for them to call me.
Okay, can you all call Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Judge, calling you now.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Okay, I guess we'll be on hold.
If you like,
Say that again.
we can go over what we have so far.
We have so many that we
Position
can.
one,
Go
position
ahead.
one, the plea, 2 was non-profit. 3 was the plea, 4 was the non-profit. 5, waive jail jury. 6 is reset. It says SAP for 519. Did they mean 520?
Whose case is that? I'm assuming that you're asking to be put on Tuesday, Mr. White.
I did.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it's 520. Okay, thank you, Mr. White. Seven. We're gonna reset to Tuesday, correct? Not be able, he wasn't able to be brought
Yes,
over.
they're gonna try, but if we are not able to get him by the balance of the calendar, yes, we'll put that one on Tuesday.
Okay, I won't write a date yet on that. 8, jail jury. 9. T-Wade, jail jury. 10 was a plea. 11 a plea. 12 jail jury. 12 through 15 jail jury. 16 reset to 610 ASAP. 17 plea. 18, 19 release. 20 plea. 21 plea. 22 non-pros. 23 plea. 24 non-pros. 25 plea. 26 non-pros.
Hold on one second, Miss Young. Can we, thank you. Please mute courtroom 2. Go ahead.
27 jail, well, let me go back to 26. 26 non-pros. 27 jail jury. 28 holding. 29 plea. 30 plea. 31 plea. 32 plea. 33 holding. 34, 35 jail jury. 36. Let me see what's going on here. It's just in case I'm not for sure. 37.
36 was a release.
36 is released.
Yes.
Thank you. 37 reset to 522. 38 jail jury. 39 release, correct?
Actually, nobody showed up and they couldn't produce him, so it will have to be reset to next Tuesday.
All right, Tuesday, reset to 520. Okay. Forty plea. 41 plea, 42 non-pros. 43 plea. 44 plea. 45, 46 jail jury. 47 released and 48. $49 is a waiver jail jury. And then his second case is transferred to the DA. Has it been accepted yet, or do we need to have a reset to see?
Reset.
Yeah.
Okay. So reset until I get the transfer. Yes, ma'am. So 50 is gonna be a reset. And 49 is jail jury.
Your Honor, I just got an update from the jail officer that position 39 may have a different last name, so I just wanted to let you know that.
Okay, we'll come back to that in 1 second. Ms. McLeod, your announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, this is going to be a negotiated plea for
Okay.
Mr. Keller,
Okay.
position 28.
Is Mr. Keller still there?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Not you, Ms. McLeod. I was calling
Okay.
to the jail. Mr. Keller, is he coming back to the chair?
Mr. Keller here.
Yeah, really calm.
All right, Mr. Keller, your case is 25 CR 002311J. You're charged with criminal trespass in this case. Do you understand your rights this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
And I've heard that this is a negotiated plea, so I'm going to go ahead and place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge and is given under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Harrison, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation for the charge of criminal trespass is count 1, 12 months served, 28 days, credit for time served, 14 days, balance served. Stay away from Polaris Apartments located at 3072 Washington Road, specifically apartment A1. Would you like the facts of the case, Your Honor?
Yes, very briefly, yes.
Officers responded to the incident location in reference to a person trespassing. When they got there, they observed the residence of the front door open. And of course, it was an abandoned apartment. They entered the apartment and they found the defendant just sitting on the floor, and he was placed under arrest at that time. We're asking that the defendant stipulate to facts, ID, and venue for purposes of this plea, and that'll be all for the state, Your Honor.
We do so stipulate.
And I'm sorry, the offer again was?
It's essentially a time served offer, Your Honor.
With the stay away at the apartment location.
Okay, and then you so stipulated, and that was your understanding of the offer, Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You're under oath already, Mr. Keller, so let's proceed with the questions to make sure this is a voluntary plea. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone force you to take a plea today?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone promise you anything in exchange for taking a plea?
No, ma'am.
And you understand by taking a plea, you're giving up your right to trial by judge or by jury?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're giving up your right to have the state prove its charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that taking a guilty plea may affect other aspects of your life, such as probation, employment, immigration?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're satisfied with Ms. McLeod's representation?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
And you further understand you absolutely cannot go back to that location, but otherwise, the time you've served in the Fulton County Jail should close out your case. You understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
As to the charge of criminal trespass, how do you plead? I accept your guilty plea. Is there anything additional, Ms. McLeod or Ms. Harrison?
No, Your Honor, nothing in addition.
All right. That concludes your case, Mr. Keller. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Your Honor, my understanding is that my other client is not available.
Is that, I'm sorry, what was the name of that client again?
She had
Who was it?
It's position 33, Lakendra Logan, I believe.
That's the one that we said would not be prejudiced by a reset. Okay, so we're gonna reset that client
Mr.
to
Logan, yes.
we're gonna reset Mr. Logan to Tuesday.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
I guess that concludes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Take care, Ms. McLeod. Have a great afternoon.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Are there any other positions we're holding on that can be brought today?
I do have a question about position 39 with the last name. Is it still going to be, does Ms. Kim still need to speak to him, or is there a different announcement on it?
I still have to speak to him. I have not been able to talk to him.
Is that person in the Fulton County Jail and can be brought, or is it that we have to reset?
Judge, I think my understanding was that they cannot locate him. He may be under a different last name, so it's probably going to need to be reset.
Yes, I believe his last name is Mitchell and not
Mitchell. Okay.
I think that's
I just want to make sure we don't lose this person, though. Can we reset this case to Tuesday too, and try to find that person before or on or before then?
Yes, Your Honor, I have him reset to 520.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And his name is Larry Mitchell, right?
yes, ma'am, Mitchell.
Okay.
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 Okay. So he'll be reset to Tuesday. So I believe SAP is complete. Is that correct? And we just need to do our 11 o'clock competency.
The South Annex is logging on, Your Honor? Has
Oh,
logged
they
on?
are. They are going to come today. Okay. So we'll hold. Oh, South Annex is on. Okay, so we can take that position, I believe.
We'll need Miss McLeod again. I'll call her,
Okay.
told them to bring, Daniel, so it'd just be position 7, not 33.
Okay, so we'll please call Ms. McLeod back. We'll be on a very brief.
While we are waiting, I want to verify, we don't have a DV benchmark calendar today.
No, we do not, to my understanding, but we do have our competency.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may I be excused?
You don't want to leave us, Mr. White? You don't want to stay till the conclusion of this wonderful calendar? If you have no further business, you're free to go. Take
Thank
care.
you. Have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye. We'll be on a very brief hold for Ms. McLeod to come back, and then we'll start competency in a few minutes.
Your Honor, we also have position 2 on the add-ons, the Beer Royale.
Is that party going to be brought?
We don't have, do we have an add-on number 2?
At least I want to make sure we know where the people are. If
He also has a private attorney,
who was the private attorney?
Angelo Doty, D-O-D.
That's a public attorney.
That's a public defender, Mr. Jodas. So that
Oh, okay, I'm
they
sorry. Thank you.
represent him.
Yeah, I know I have to get back to knowing everyone.
Will that position be brought today?
I don't think he will be.
You said he will not be?
Jail officers never got add-on calendar, so they didn't know about it. So we have to look for him.
Okay, if he can be brought, I would prefer that they are brought, if possible.
Yes.
And I understand it may not be, but please try. Mr. Stevens, yes?
Yes, Your Honor, just for the add-on, that will not be a time served plea. So at least for the state's offer, depending on what the defense wants to do, there would still be more time for the defendant to serve.
Okay, but even still, we at least need to know. Okay, understood. All right, very brief hold for Ms. McLeod's return, hopefully.
She's on the, she's here.
Ms.
I am
McLeod,
here, Your Honor.
thank you for coming back. That your client is at the South Annex.
Yes.
South Annex is logged on.
Yes.
I don't know
Mr.
if
Stevens would just repeat the offer on the record
Yes, for position number 7.
for Mr. Logan, yes.
Wait, I'm sorry, this is third. Are you Mr. Logan?
No, ma'am.
What is your name, sir?
Daniels, Quantavious Daniels.
This is Mr. Daniels.
Okay.
The
What is
state,
the offer for Mr. Daniels?
the state's offer for Quantavious Daniels is to do 12 months to serve, credit for time served, 12 months.
Okay. And so he's already served 12 months, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And my understanding is that he has a hold.
Yes, it looks like he's in on a murder charge.
Right. That was my understanding when the last time I spoke with him. Okay. So can I speak to him in a breakout room or something?
I think so, since he's at South Annex and not courtroom 2. Can we put them in the breakout, please? Ms. McLeod, your announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, my client is not inclined to accept the state's plea offer.
Okay, so you're gonna enter a not guilty
Yes, Your Honor.
and
And
waiver.
I believe, yes, Your Honor, we'll do that.
Okay, Mr. Daniels, your attorney has some additional, is he back?
I don't know.
He's still in the breakout.
Oh,
Okay. Can we bring South Annex out of the breakout? Okay, Mr. Daniels, your attorney has some additional work to do on your case. Your case is going to be reset for a later date. It will not be disposed of today, okay? I just wanted to give you that information. You're free to go. Take care. Have a good afternoon, Ms. McLeod, and best of luck to you, Mr. Daniels.
thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, where do we stand as it pertains to add-on 2?
Officer is looking for him right now, so we can go with other people first.
Okay. So we're holding on that for a moment. Are we taking any pleas on the competency calendar that require additional time, or well, we have to hold anyway because we don't know what we're doing position 2. So Ms. Howard, I do have to ask you to hold one more moment. All right,
I'm trying to get people
okay.
attention. You don't know if we have any plea
Right.
from competency.
Yes, Your Honor. The court had a question about some pleas.
I'm sorry, say that again, Mr. Bartels.
Did the court have a question about any pleas?
Oh, my question was, are we taking any pleas on the competency calendar today?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Jacob, number 7 and 8. I requested an offer from the state. I haven't received one yet, but I think that'll likely be time served on both of them.
But no additional time. I was trying to let Ms. Howard go if we could, but we may be holding on an additional position anyway. All right, we can go into let's see.
Your Honor, may we please have a recommendation for Royale? Add on calendar number 2. A recommendation. We only have a calendar.
Okay, can someone from the state give them that offer?
I can, Your Honor, but it's my understanding he's represented by private counsel and not the PD's office.
No, he's represented by public defender's office.
Okay, got it. The state's offer for position number 2 is 12 months to serve 180 days. Credit for time served 58 days. Balance probated. To complete a theft prevention course. To stay away from all TJ Maxx. Specifically the one on Buckhead Loop Northeast. And to have a mental health evaluation and any treatment that's deemed necessary.
Well, would you like the officer to get him, Your Honor?
Do you
So-
think your client is likely to take that offer today? I know there's additional time, however, I think you should discuss that with your client. If we can resolve the case today, it would still be ideal.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. So we're still holding on a few SAP positions. Thank everybody for their patience. And
Your
then,
Honor, what was the reset date for Rico Williams? You want him on 5/20 or 5/22?
which one, Tuesday? If possible, how many are we up to on Tuesday?
Like 45.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, 5/20. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, also, there's one client on medical that I need to see for the competency calendar, or the deputies can take me up right now. I don't think that'll take more than a few minutes. If we could just start the competency calendar after that, would that be
That's
fine?
fine. We're still holding on to one or two SAP positions too.
Very
So
well.
that's fine. We'll hold. Who represents add-on two? Is it not? It's not you, Mr. Bartels, is it?
No, ma'am.
I guess I have to because video like.
Okay.
I will.
So we'll hold for a brief moment. Thank you all for your patience. I know that everybody's ready to move to their next project. However, I may need some of you, so please hold until we can do this.
Who were taking pleas on the calendar? I know, did you say 7?
7 and 8.
7 and 8, thank you, Your
I
Honor.
think that's probably the same person though. Okay, please let me know if position 2 makes their way to the calendar. I mean to the courtroom. Thank
Good morning, Ms. Russell. I just wanted to confirm if you got my email. My Outlook does like a delay and converts things to draft when I'm trying to send out emails. So I just wanted to make sure.
I got it. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, I'm sorry. What position is this?
Add on calendar number 2.
All right, and Ms. Kim, what is the announcement for this position?
Or we would like to reduce the bond amount.
Oh, we're gonna hold a bond hearing. Okay. All right, Mr. Royale, your case is 25 CR 001461F. In this case, you're charged with theft by shoplifting with the offense date of March the 14th of 2025. I'm advising you that you have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say regarding the facts of your case can and will be used against you. You also have the right to counsel today, and Ms. Kim is present to assist you. As you can see, I am conducting this hearing over the internet. It's being recorded and broadcast as a live stream. Do you understand your rights and how I'm conducting the hearing today? All right. Is Miss Harvey still here? Miss
I
Harvey,
am.
can I have the history, please?
Yes, Your Honor. He has a 2011 conviction with the U.S. Marshals for carjacking. Out of Georgia, 2008 criminal trespass, 2008 possession of marijuana less than an ounce, 2008 unlawful to alter or exchange tokens without consent. He has 2008 theft by shoplifting conviction. He does have additional open cases out of Fulton County. Case number 23 SC 186753, burglary in the second degree, possession of tools, and theft by taking. This case is in judicial hold with Judge Dunaway. Also, case number 25 PI 002143, 2 counts of robbery, aggravated assault, criminal damage to property in the second degree, simple battery, and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. And nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Harvey. Mr. Stevens?
Yes, Your Honor. It's my understanding that the defendant has right now a $1,000 surety bond on his misdemeanor hold. The state's recommendation in this case was for him to serve 180 days. This is based off of the not only the facts of the case, which is that he went into a TJ Maxx, stole about $60 worth of merchandise, but more importantly, he came back 4 days later to that exact same TJ Maxx, and then that is the accusation that is still pending with the Fulton County DA's office for armed robbery. So the state would believe that he is a threat to the community. He is at risk for potentially committing new crimes, and we would ask that his bond not be reduced.
So, Mr. Stevens, this case, he just went into the TJ Maxx and allegedly took about $60 and then came back and then conducted an armed robbery?
Yes, Your Honor. This
Okay.
case is just the $60 worth of merchandise that he walked in, took, and left.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Kim?
Yes. The other armed robbery case, 25 PI 002143, is actually was dismissed, and this misdemeanor is the only thing that is holding him in a jail right now. We would like to request that the $1,000 surety bond to be reduced to some kind of signature on bond through pretrial, because he has been here in the jail for more than 58 days so far for misdemeanor, Your Honor.
And do we see that case is dismissed, Mr.
Yes.
Stevens?
I see it now, Your Honor. It still has it open, but when you open it up, it says it was DWAP May 1st.
Yes, Your Honor. And I
Okay,
took a
so
look
it
at
was
that.
just DWAPs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. I took a look at that. It looks like it was a dismissal for want of prosecution because the state's witness, Officer Lee, did not show up to the grand jury proceedings, so a continuance was granted. So I believe the reason why it's open is because the DA is still looking to proceed once they can get their officer to appear for another grand jury proceeding.
So it's DWAP, but not quite DWAP?
Yes, right. It's DWAP'd, but it's still within statute of limitations, and it's
So
not.
they can re-bring, okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
What did he allegedly take in this particular case? I know
Shirts.
it's $60 shirts, clothes.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he's had nothing. I'm sorry, Ms. Harvey, again, his last arrest was 2011.
Yes.
I have another one, Your Honor. One moment. I have his last arrest before this one as being in 2023 January for burglary second degree.
Okay. Ms. Kim, what I'll do is I would reduce it to a $50 cash fine, okay, with the same conditions. But I'm not gonna give him a signature bond through pretrial.
Thank you, Your
But
Honor.
would you like to tell me about him or give me an additional arguments other than the time he's been in there?
Only thing that I would like to emphasize, his mother actually has a cancer and she's in a hospital. So he wants to be a caretaker for his mother. That's the only thing that I would like to address.
Okay, I'll change it to that $50 cash bond with the same conditions. Is there anything additional, Mr. Stevens or Ms. Kim?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
Nothing from the state.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case. Ms. Young, is that the entire SAP calendar?
Yes, Your Honor, that's the entire SAP calendar.
All right, so those who do not need to join us for competency are free to go. Thank you for your patience, and we'll be on hold for Mr. Bartels to come back. Ms. Howard, I'm sorry, I think you are free to go. Ms. Kim, did Mr. Bartels say that there was any additional time for the person who's gonna take a plea?
He says just a minute, Your Honor.
Okay.
There's no additional time. We already
No
spoke.
additional time.
No.
Okay. So Ms. Howard, you're free to go as well. Take care. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, appreciate it.
And we're gonna take a 5-minute break between those. Thank you, everybody.
Don't forget to turn off the live stream and the recording for the competency hearing.
Thank you.